Okay, this is gonna be so technically it's game three because I already had the free win and I've played one game and I won it. So technically this is game three of the silver to gold promos. I've I've pretty much been perm banning Master Yi through this climb. I've been playing bronze and just getting this account to gold. Playing pretty much only jungle. I've gotten top lane a few games, but pretty much only jungle. And Master Yi's just been my go-to ban. I don't I don't really mind playing against him. He's definitely uh, manageable, but I feel like it's so hard for you to trust your team to not just feed the game away. Or even if he's behind, like he can still just have massive agency in fights if he plays well. Hmm. I'm actually going to play Sylas. I don't think the Sylas is a very good jungler, but uh, both of our solo, like I guess Jax is kind of hybrid damage. Ezreal's hybrid, but we have like AD mid, which always just makes me nervous. It makes me want to play AP jungle. And I've played Fiddlesticks a few times on this account. It just seems like every time I play it, it goes poorly. I need to learn the specific micro of Fiddlesticks. Like there's certain places you can stand to leash the camps to and stuff in a double camp that I'm just I'm not very well versed on. I kind of have the concepts right, but if you fuck it up like once and it resets the camps, it puts you clear like 30 seconds behind and it hurts a lot. I'm actually going to take the Tenacity and Vigar and Lulu Ash as well, I suppose. Um, Looks like we kind of have a brawlery team. I'm kind of torn between Resolve Secondary or Domination. They kind of have a brawlery team as well. Yeah. I think I'm just going to stick with this page. I actually have a I don't think I'm playing super well, like physically. I have not to make excuses or anything. I don't know what I did, but I cut the I was well, I know I was putting something away, but I forgot what it was. It was a day or two ago. And I cut like the inside of my thumb joint, like the thing that bends, and I cut the right across the joint for it and it hurts. Okay. I didn't get a chance to talk about matchups. I'll do that in the setup. I was trying to get a drink, but it was hard for me to open the bottle because of the thumb thing. Okay. Fiora beats Malphite. Me and Volibear, it's tough because Sylas doesn't take early debut points in the jungle. What I like to do, I mean, maybe he can, I don't know. But what I like to do is take 3 points in Q. I feel like it helps a lot. Just to have some AoE that's not just your passive, because your passive needs like items to be useful. So, I'm also getting really weird ping. So if I were to be putting like once I get a lot of points in W, the heal is actually quite massive. So I think that I would beat Volibear at that point. Vigar into Pantheon. Pantheon obviously is going to stomp that. You start E on Sylas jungle. Ashlulu into Ezreal Karma. I'm going to give the edge to Ezreal Karma. I don't know why this guy's like tanking. He shouldn't be. Typically I don't like doing Gromp on first clear on Sylas, but Ezreal wanted me to, so... Just going to path directly towards red, which is going to help out a lot, and then that's going to give me my level 3. Last game, the Volibear ganked top lane early, so I'm going to look to defend that. Kind of kite this into the brush. Now kite it the other way. Man, that first clear with Sylas is so heavy. I think part of it was doing the Gromp though and having to smite. I don't think that... okay. Yeah, that's, I don't... Not sure why he would do that. Maybe he was having a lag spike too. I know that my ping is definitely a little bit strange. I know that Fiora flashed, but trying to gank Fiora is problematic. It's also problematic that this Malphite doesn't have teleport. Okay. That was really good of Pantheon. Come. So, judging by the really late timing of that gank, I'm going to assume that Volibear got the top scuttle. I actually didn't play that very well. Like, I didn't pan my camera to see which side of the lane he came from. So it's hard for me to, like, confirm. Ooh. Interesting. So maybe he did top scuttle and raptors. No, he didn't clear that. And there's a pink there. Okay. I don't mind showing here. Yep, I don't mind that. There's no reason to fight that. Pantheon's not 6, so we're not baiting anything except our own death. Drop a ward for our Malphite. Malphite dies anyways. I guess he also placed a ward, but it was awkward. Yep. Okay, so yeah, early game Sylas is really just a bitch. You just gotta play really defensively. So that's pretty much what we're doing. We're not looking to fight Volibear. Pretty close to level 5, which is nice. We've gotten 2 Scuttle Crabs. Maybe he did actually get the first crab, and then that was the second one? Okay. That's unfortunate. Yep. I actually do want to scrap this if Pantheon wants to. But I don't want to scrap it 2v3 when he's that low. This could be a really nice dragon setup for them. Which obviously I can't contest, but I'll pop it just to see if they're doing it. They are. Hopefully he doesn't walk into my jungle. He definitely could. I'm not sure like how badly Fiora must be playing, because she wins that matchup and she actually got a first blood on Malphite too, so it's really strange that Malphite's coming back and finding these kill opportunities. It's just really weird. Now that we have 6, we're a pretty good duelist actually. So especially like Volibear ult feels really good to have on Sylas. I don't know if it's like one of the best for him, but for some reason it just feels really nice. We're going to drop a ward here and just see if he does it. Like, we're not at a HP value where we could contest, but still. Fiora has Tiamat, so she's going to be able to perm shove now. We're pretty close to Runic Echoes. It's really good by Karma to scout this. It's also a pretty good pink ward. So I don't know who placed this pink though. It must have been Pantheon if that's Karma's. So the one thing that she didn't do that she could have is walk around the wall just to actually see the buff. It's fine though. So there's like a massive amount of vision in their jungle, but this vision isn't super meaningful because we're not in a position where we can contest, being that we had to give up prio in the bot lane in order to like have Karma place the vision in the first place, and then Pantheon like recalled as well. So it's not extremely valuable vision, but it is vision. I'm going to just look for a gank on mid here. I know that the wave is kind of shoving in. Looks like this is really good. Go ahead and give him the fade away. Really nice. Really nice follow-up by Pantheon there. Quick little gank. Help out our team. It's all pretty good. With the regen, red buff just expired. That's fine. So I could pink the back of this pit, but I don't really plan on defending it. So instead what I'm going to do is just place this... never mind. I'm not going to do shit. I'm just going to follow. If he decides to gum... Right. Because like someone has to shove this wave. I tried to flash the wall, but... Come. So this is the situation that you get into in low elo a lot, and this is the reason that I fucking hate playing jungle in low elo, like in silver. So Vigar somehow like procured the free time to roam, and he went top, and it's because like Pantheon just randomly walked bottom, but I'm walking top, so it doesn't make any sense. Also, top had the objective, which Volibear got for free. The one thing I'll be able to answer with, or the two things rather, is that I'll be able to answer with Crab. Okay, unless he decides to walk through mid lane. I can still get the Crab, but... Yep. We can just come in and out. That brief moment of time pretty much allowed this. Now Pantheon has ult. No, we still don't know where Vigar is. Just going to pink the back here. Now, try to move into this. Okay. They're not giving me the ward, so... Yep. I could have actually stolen his ult. That would have been pretty good. That's actually my bad. Looks like they're going to clear that pink off. I'm just now noticing I messed up because I accidentally took an additional point in Q. Like I said, I like to. I think like 3 points in Q is pretty good. But then after that, I typically like to just be maxing W. So it's actually a little bit of a mistake by me. And I also have another point in my E for some reason. I guess I'm just a catastrophe. I think I'm autopiloting a little bit right now. Maybe like, obviously I play a lot of Tryndamere. Maybe those reflexes are just taking over. Maxing Q and secondary E. I'm not super sure. I don't have an excuse for this one. Like, not that I think that the skills are bad. It's just like, ooh. I'm gonna hover. Okay. So Pantheon leaves mid. They summon Rift. I'm gonna just take the Volibear ult. Yep. Help them establish that. Pop this plant, and then I'm gonna just gank bottom, I think. If I can. I can't. Okay. Then we'll just look for the invade here. Nothing happening. Pop his plant. Nothing here. Okay. I expected them to play just super defensive, but then they started aggressing, and now Volibear's top. This is all super bad for me. I don't know if they have vision somewhere in the jungle. I think they must. I'm actually going to go double tenacity this game just because I am very afraid. This is obviously one of the longest CCs in the game, and Lulu Polymorph is also one of the longer CCs. Oh, that Vigar E was so bad. And he misses the Q too. What's strange is that if I came off a fountain and actually like went there, I could have gotten there in time for the scrap. I just didn't like expect them to live so long. Which pretty much only happened because Vigar played terribly. Okay. I guess I'm also playing terribly. The idea is that like I should have been shoving the mid wave to punish him for his roam. Volibear ult did expire. Gotta keep that in mind. Stops the backs. I think that's okay. He's probably just going to stack that and then... No. Just going to smite that to stay healthy. Now, this is the thing I really want. Do have a pink there. That's pretty good. Ocean is massive on Sylas. Like, if we can get Soul, that would be so huge. I think we can fight, but we wait a little bit and let Pantheon. Come. This is fine. That was good play by Malphite. He basically chose like that exact moment to go in because that's when the dragon was getting low, and he assumed that we could burst within that amount of time. And it would have happened like faster, but my team stopped hitting it. Which is fine, like nothing happened out of it. Looks like they get a little pick there. Not trying to tax. Okay. So they're going to look to compensate with Rift because they did get first Rift. So just going to smack that, get a ward on it. Now my red buff is spawning. Like, obviously they're going to try to fight us over it, so I want to have like all the tools at my disposal here. So even though my team's like a little bit mad at me for not hitting it immediately, I don't really care. Yeah, I don't know why the team is so mad about this. Like, having red buff helps me a lot in the fights. And then, yep, that was all pretty good. Okay. I guess they were trying to like rush for time or whatever, but also like Ezreal wasn't there, which is another reason that I was feeling hesitant. Like, I saw him pushing bottom a while ago, and I guess he just like never bothered to rotate, but at least he got the tower. And he was behind. So he got a lot of value out of that solo time. So that's kind of nice. 3 points in W, so I'm starting to get somewhere in terms of being able to scrap effectively. We're going to do Raptors and then probably just recall. Yeah, because if we do that, then we'll have the gold for Zonius. That's what I was thinking. Having Zonius is really, really big. It's actually massive. Now, I'm going to get to do the cheesy thing again, where I can summon Rift towards top before dragon spawns, and then that's going to get us like third dragon. Or I could use Rift right now, like after I clear this wave, depending on how their bottom lane interacts. Yep. Their bottom lane doesn't come, so we're just going to smack this. And then we're going to give it the second charge. Nice. That's good. Again, we're not trying to tax. That's not the reason that we're shoving the wave. We're just trying to gain some prio. So we're going to do what we want to do and then kind of just leave it at that. I think the top of the dragon wall is like the thinnest part. I've had problems hopping it with other champions, but when I go like over here, like specifically this location, it doesn't feel that bad. So we're actually willing to trade this for third dragon. Like, there's no reason that Ezreal couldn't be holding it, but if he just chooses not to ever, then it's whatever. It's fine. Yeah, I'm not sure what this guy's doing. Ooh, wasn't up yet. Rookie mistake. Just gonna farm. I don't think anything's happening in the game right now. I don't think that they're gonna be able to do Baron. Like, Fiora does have a lot of healing, I suppose, and she has like some MR. Volibear's kind of tanky. I just don't like. They only have 10 kills, and I'm assuming that they don't psychologically, like, they're not prepared to do it. If I run into Volibear here, I think I can kill him even though he has items against me. I guess Scuttlecrab is MVP. I don't know. We're going to just Shadow Karma while she clears this. That's kind of what I mean. Team can take that tower. They don't need me. Not sure where Malphite was because he wasn't in that scrap. If I run into Fiora, I can kill her as long as I don't let her W my E. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and take care of that. Normally, I wouldn't like to chaos my teammates, but she's just an annoying champion. She's gonna be super mobile, so. Notice how I'm just clearing camps in the downtime. Like, I'm not seeing anything that is happening or should be happening on the map. Like, the only thing I'm really thinking about right now is Dragon, and that's in 2 minutes. So, like, what I'm thinking is everybody should just be able to play safe and farm. Obviously, my teammates don't agree. They want to siege the towers and stuff. But if we get Soul, like, it's just impossible for them to win a team fight. So why not just play defensively, not give them any advantages until then? Maybe I can catch the tail end of this wave? Yeah. That's going to help my minion wave shove out. Can I get his ult? No. Yep. Did get the Fiora ult though. Oh god. Wow, the lag is really insane. I don't know if like my whole computer lagged or if it was just League. I don't know how that's going to turn out in the video. Oh, there's the FF. So what happened that game? I'm trying to think of the reason that I did so much better than the Volibear. I think I just played safer, whereas so Volibear is all right. Let me explain it like this. Volibear is a champion that doesn't scale super well into the late game. Like, just his champion concept is very linear. I'm going to give it to this guy. Stayed cool. Get first blooded and still came back in the lane. Good for him. So, Volibear's not a champion that does very well later on because he's got a very linear kit. Like, he has to run at you in a straight line. And in addition to that, just our team was very good against him. Like, he's obviously an auto attack based champion. We have a Malphite, who's also a tank that he doesn't really want to engage on. We have Ezreal, who can build Iceborne Gauntlet and then just slow him forever. And then Ezreal can get like a Leandries and burn him, so Volibear's like innate tankiness wouldn't even be super useful. Also, Ezreal's kind of flighty with his E and stuff, right? We have Karma. Karma has a few different forms of CC that can shut down Volibear as well. And then Pantheon, who has point-and-click stun. Also has like a form of invuln on his E. So Volibear doesn't super want to come into the rest of us. Or he's not able. Rather, he wants to. Like, that's what his champion wants to do. But is his champion able to do so? And the answer is no. So Volibear kind of has to take advantage of his early strength and try to get ahead. Whereas I recognize that that's what Volibear has to do. And so instead of handshaking Volibear, like instead of trying to be present for every counter gank, sometimes I can see like when something's going to happen, but you notice that I'm not actually just sitting in a brush or I'm not sitting nearby exactly waiting for it. Because if I fight him early on, especially like not maxing W and not having really that much heals and all of that stuff, where Volibear's heal is the thing that he's maxing is W. So if I fight him early on, he gets what he needs to happen because he doesn't beat me later on once I have levels and items. Like, I outscale the hell out of Volibear. So he needs me to fight him early. So all I do is just not avoid him, try to control objectives. Yes, I had sort of a winning bot lane. They, like, kind of, I guess. Like, they were getting kills, but also they had like bad CS, and also they were kind of like not really paying attention, and Volibear was able to get some stuff done in the bottom lane. So I'm not going to say like, oh, I had a winning bot lane, so I just won the game. Yes, Pantheon was able to make some good trades against Veigar in mid lane. But I wouldn't say like, oh, because of Pantheon, we won the game. Because we could see Pantheon was making mistakes in his gameplay as well. Plus, we can't really control our teammates in solo queue, so I'm always really hesitant to say like, oh, it's this teammates' fault that we won, you know? Just because steadily I've made this climb from bronze to gold on this account. So the constant in that is me. I haven't duoed a single game on it. So I kind of always focus on my decisions, and that was my those are my tendencies as a jungler. I recognize where I am in terms of who is my champion versus who is their champion, who has more agency. Maybe if I'm playing like a Rammus isn't very good later on. So I try to gank more often earlier. Or maybe I'm playing something like a Sylas that scales very well, and so I'm just looking to mostly farm. Even if my team really wants to fight all over the map, like you could see they were constantly trying to fight, I wasn't a part of a ton of them because just my skill order wasn't supportive of that. I was maxing my Q, which is better for farming. I wasn't maxing my W, which is better for skirmishing. So I played to what my vision was, and like my vision is in my idea of the game, not vision as in wards or anything. And I don't know. It just worked out. Yeah, I think if you do that consistently, like if you have a consistent understanding of what your champion does against their champion in a vacuum, and then you have consistently good like objectives are spawning. So I want to get those dragons. Like I'll admit I don't gank as often as a lot of junglers, but one thing I focus heavily on is objectives. So even though Volibear was getting more ganks off, you could see that I was getting the dragons. And I was kind of always around for them. I'm helping my Karma. We're going into their jungle. We're getting some wards down. I'm not letting her go alone and placing those deep wards. I'm going in there with her. I'm keeping yellow trinket myself so I can also place vision down. I was buying pinks earlier on in the game to support her. We had dragon double pinked at one point. And then it kind of fell off as the game went on because I felt like it became less necessary. That's just kind of how it is. So, I don't know. Maybe these games were insightful. I know you only got 2 of them out of the 3 because I got the free win. So, sorry about that. But hopefully you picked up something. If you have any questions, let me know. As always, I'm going to stop the recording.